Hey guys, welcome to my UFC prediction video. I'm your host, the J-Man, and I'd like to give you my predictions for this upcoming fight event, UFC 115, and I'm going to go through pretty quick and make some choices on the undercard, predict as many fights as I can, give you some insight and detail, and yeah. Here I am on MMAplayground.com. Let's get right to it. MMA Playground. And basically I just come to this site to show you the layout, the graphics. I don't really support this site. I don't know. It's kind of controversial. But just for the sake of this video, we're going to look at this website where I make my predictions here. Alright, so we're starting out with Carlos Condit versus Rory McDonald. Alright, before I give you my predictions here, we're going to go ahead and look and see. Let's look at their records. Rory McDonald, 10-0. Perfect record. 6 submissions, 4 knockouts. Carlos Condit, 24 wins, 5 losses. Most of his wins by submission. Okay? So we got 2 submission guys, it looks like. Yeah, 2 submission guys, one with a better record, no losses. One with more than double the amount of wins, but 5 losses. So, and it's close to say. I think the experience will play out here, and Carlos Condit will pick up the win. They're both kind of jiu-jitsu guys. Say Condit gets the win, only by decision though. You make it unanimous. Rory McDonald's a really good fighter. Really, I'd say ferocious and aggressive. He's got a lot of potential. Carlos Condit, just his experience, I think, is going to be the biggest factor in this fight. And I look for him to get the win. Let's move forward to Crow Cop versus Barry. Alright, I think this is going to be the fight of the night. Crow Cop is desperate for a win. Alright, I think he realizes it's his time to put up or shut up. If he loses, he could very well be out the door. Alright, Pat Barry. Pat Barry is... he's enthralled to have this match. Okay, this is a fight against his idol here, one of his idols. They're both talented kickboxers. Mirko Crow Cop is a legend for what he's done in the past. Pat Barry has done some amazing things. You know, his leg kicks are so devastating. You watch his highlight reel. Oh my God, he just kills people with those leg shots. Man, they can cripple you. And his fists are strong too. I mean, he's a really good heavy hitter, a hard hitter. Alright, this guy's a professional boxer, a kickboxer. He's been trained by one of the greatest kickboxers of all time, maybe the greatest of all time. Pat Barry is strong, determined, and young. He's got everything it takes. He's got a ground game now, so he won't so easily get submitted. But that won't play a factor in this fight at all. Both of these guys are going to stand up and bang. Alright, I think Pat Barry's got a stronger chin. If he does get tagged a couple times, I think he can hang in there. Crow Cop, on the other hand, I think his chin is really wearing out. He's been on a losing streak. You know, I just think he's going downhill. His reflexes aren't what they used to be. He's not as aggressive. I'm looking for Pat Barry to win this. Probably due to fists, you know, boxing. I think he's got the advantage there. It's going to be an exciting fight. I'm really looking forward to this. I like stand-up fights. I think most people would agree. Stand-up fights are more entertaining, you know, but this is probably going to be a knockout. I'm going to say Pat Barry gets the knockout here. It's going to take him 2 rounds, though, but I think he's going to beat him with the fists. That seems to be Crow Cop's downfall. I think it'll play out similar to the Dos Santos fight, where we saw Crow Cop get destroyed. So, yep, definitely Pat Barry. All right. Next fight, if I can get these win-loss records out of the way. Okay. Ivel versus Ben Rothwell. I'm going to say Ivel because I think Ivel is just bigger and stronger. This is just a fight with two large men that are going to use their fists to knock each other out. Whoever lands the first blow, I believe, will win. I think Rothwell is more sloppy and he leaves openings, so Ivel's going to take advantage of that. First round, knockout, Gilbert Ivel. Next, Paul Thiago versus Martin Kampmann. All right, let's look at this here. Let's see. Paul Thiago is on a winning streak. He's on an absolute tear. This guy is a devastator. He can knock you out. He can submit you. He can out-wrestle you. He's a total threat, all right? I've said before in my other videos, he has got to be one of the top contenders in the welterweight division. Pretty soon, he's going to get a title shot, all right? He submitted his last opponent, and he's beaten some top-level guys. Paulo Thiago, I definitely have to go with him for this fight. I'm going to say he wins it via round 2 submission. Not taking anything away from Kampmann, Paulo Thiago, he's a devastator. He is young and hungry, and look for him to do big things. Moving on. I'm going to go down here to the main event. We're skipping to the main event. All right. And before I give you my pick, let's see here. You might have already seen. But anyway, I'm just going to break this down a little bit for you. The way I see it. Rich Franklin hasn't proved himself a lot in the 205-pound division, okay? He's definitely got more to prove. I think he has more to prove. He needs to get some wins in this division. His last fight against Vitor Belfort, he lost that in the first round. He says he wasn't focused for that fight. Emotionally and mentally, he just didn't have the motivation. And this time, he claims that he definitely does. He's ready to fight. He's ready to win. Rich Franklin has always had good cardio. He comes in the fight in great shape. He's got skills. He's a good striker. He's got the ground game. He's not particularly great at any one thing. He doesn't have knockout power. But he's good enough to get those decision wins. He's a great defensive fighter. I mean, he hangs in there for 5 rounds. We've seen him defend the title. He beat Yuchino Kami. That's what he's good at. I think he's going to get the win, be a judge's decision. And I think it'll be unanimous, even though it could be a pretty close fight. Okay, Chuck Liddell, he's in good shape now. He's motivated more than ever. He's spent a lot of time away from the octagon, but he had to get his head right, and he had to change his lifestyle. He's done that, and now he really, really wants to fight again. He wants to prove himself. I think Chuck Liddell does have the cardio to get through 3 rounds. But will it be enough to pull out the victory? Will he get more points than Franklin? I don't think so. All right, Chuck is going to look for the knockout like he always does. He's going to use that right hand to try and bang him right in the face, and that would be the end of it. But Franklin knows, he knows that Chuck uses his right hand. He knows that Chuck leans forward with that left leg, and he's fully aware. I mean, he's going to be a tight defense. Franklin is going to pick apart Liddell. That's what I'm looking for. And Liddell, I guess, he's going to work his wrestling a little more. I mean, we saw him trying to improve his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling in case he gets in trouble if Franklin gets off too many shots. But I just don't see Chuck being able to finish Franklin unless he gets an opening. And Franklin, he's quick. He's quick, man. Oh, I got to give it to Franklin. Yeah, judge's decision, unanimous. I'd like to see Chuck pull out the victory. I just don't think it's going to happen. All right. So, there you have it. My predictions for UFC 115. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, and I'll see you next time.